Good evening, everyone. This is Lona. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight, I'd like to thank everybody and everyone out there all over the world who's been supporting me. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for non-ending support for me, and I appreciate every comments that I received so far. I appreciate all of that. Thank you so much. Also, if you would like to post more comments or ideas, I would love to read all of that and I would respond as well. Anywho, we're still in a Samurai Park and Resort here in Bubon, Northern Samar, Philippines. And I believe this is gonna be our last night here. And we'll be traveling tomorrow to Calbayog, Northern Samar, Philippines. So it's probably just an hour or 2 hour ride, bus, jeepney, or car, even motorcycle. It's not that far from here. So I'm hoping to settle in Calbayog, and hopefully we could still keep in touch. The good thing of being in Calbayog is that if we settle there is that we'll still be closer to my family here in Catarman area and Bubon area, so that's kind of nice. Still hoping to see them, you know, at least once in a while, even though we're not gonna be in the same town. Would like to visit my family from time to time, catch up a little bit with those years that passed by without seeing them. 16 years is quite too long. We've waited, and I believe we started planning on visiting Philippines in 2017, and then something came up and that didn't happen. And long story short, most of those cases why we couldn't visit Philippines is that our jobs, our school, all of that. I was working full-time, my husband was working full-time, so it was kind of hard for us to kind of leave our jobs, our work. Our vacation time is not enough, you know. There will be like at least 3 weeks max for me, according to my seniority level. It wasn't enough, so I thought, you know what, let's just wait until, you know, we're ready to leave our jobs, and let's just go to the Philippines and have fun, or even travel around the world to oh hi, I got our housekeeper here. She gave me fresh towels. Thank you. She gave us fresh towels for the last days of stay, so, and she also cleaned our rooms today, so that was kind of nice. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, about, you know, leaving our jobs. So technically I had to wait up to a certain period of time before leaving my job, because of the certain what's it called, that benefits that I want to keep. So if all of you knows about TSP, all of that, you know, you want to wait till 5 years or 10 years to get a better benefit someday, when your money finally, you know, gone a little higher with the interest and everything. So anyhow, I'm not gonna discuss about that, but just, you know, long story short, we've planned on going here, or on coming here a long time ago. Just didn't work out so well. Job situation, school situation, and then COVID broke. And that also kind of a hassle. We actually bought our one-way ticket 2019, and we're supposed to fly out from US directly to the Philippines in March of 2019, and then that's when every single country started shutting down the airports or non-entry. So we canceled that one. We get our money reimbursed because, you know, it's COVID related issues, so they give our money back. So yeah, that's that. And I believe we booked our flight with Korean Air. So they gave all of that money back to us. That was kind of nice. So Korean Air, they're one of the best airline that you want to use if you want to fly to the Philippines. What else? So yeah, we left our job and we thought, let's go travel the world. And so we started traveling, and then we went to we visited Mexico, visited a while ago Canada, visited Turkey, Belgrade, Serbia, Novi Sad, Alanya, Antalya, all of that. So many places that we've visited already for such short period of time. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my speech right now. But anyhow, we visited a lot of places already. We were just so excited. We don't want to stop. We just wanted to like keep going. We feel like this is it. We couldn't stop at all. Like, oh man, we have got to take advantage of this. We feel like this is the real vacation. And you know, we never had this long vacation in our lives, and you know, we just kept working and working, and we couldn't even have fun. Like, we would go to certain areas for our at least weekend getaway, and it's never enough. So we thought, hey, let's do a long vacation. So here we are. So yeah, after visiting those countries and all of that, we are now in the Philippines, and we're enjoying everything so far. Getting the hang of the humidity and the heat. It's not summer yet, but we'll see. We'll see when summer comes, and hopefully everything goes well. So yeah, after here we're gonna go to Calbayog, and I hope I could get some good footage out there for you guys to kind of give you some information. One thing though that I want you to know when you're traveling, always check online. Always check online on what are the documents that you might need prior to your travel. Just like when we were flying out of Turkey, not every country are aware of what balikbayan mean is. So we ended up pulling the documents online and showed it to Turkish International Airport, and you know, proof that we don't need a visa to go back to home. It's my home, I don't need a visa. So we had to pull that documents and showed it to them, and finally they reanalyze everything and reassess everything, and it took us at least 4 hours to finish all the process. So we were all tired sitting at the airport waiting for the management to help us out, and there's a couple of supervisors showed up at the airport. Anywho, what else? So yeah, make sure you have everything you need, proper documentations. Big thing, really big thing though, is the QR code for the PhilHealth or some kind of health access online, where you have to show your QR code. You have to register online. And it's required now in every country. Every entry in every country, you'll have to show that QR code for health access or health registration. So anywho, wherever you go, please bring your QR code with you. If you can't have any connection, or if your connectivity is really very poor, take a snapshot of your or take a screenshot of your QR code and make sure you have a copy of it, just because they'll scan it. So that's that. And of course your valid passport, and what else? COVID vaccine. You make sure you have your COVID vaccine copy or your card all the time. So that's that. And what else? You might see something online if you looked up online for certain countries that doesn't require that doesn't require vaccine record, or even the PCR test, or those COVID test. Any any type of COVID test is acceptable. You just have to have a result. I believe 48 hours prior flight or 28 hours prior flight, or 24 hours. But anywho, get a vaccine, get your vaccine card prepared and get your COVID test done, just in case, so that when you're at the airport, you are not like running around the area. Mostly if you don't know that airport, then you're like asking people around, and what if those people that you were asking doesn't know the area as well? Then you'll struggle to find or to locate the testing area. So that's that. Be mindful, not every airport is easy to find certain places, or it's not easy to locate things around when you're not aware of what's going on at that airport. Maps, always carry a map. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. My connection was always bad, and every time we flew into a different country, we will never have a connection because our SIM chip won't, work in that country. So if you want to be more prepared in advance, you can definitely buy a SIM chip in advance as well and get connection right on the spot after you landed. But my suggestion is that if you don't have any connectivity and you know that you're going to be traveling, take a lot of copy of the 80 documents that you need. Take a lot of copy. Paper copy are still acceptable, so why not print it out? So make sure you get printed out. Take a lot of copies of it. Anything that is printable, print them, because by the time that you need them, at least it's right there in front of you. I don't know why I rely on my phone and on my laptop all the time, and I learned this the hard way. My phone died and there was no plug nearby, and I needed to see my documents. So that's that. That's one of the warning. My laptop couldn't connect to any network, so that's that. So I couldn't pull out my documents. So anyway, just learn from my experience. Print anything is still acceptable. Anything printable is still acceptable. I know we're trying to save trees, but for this situation, if you're gonna be traveling around the world, it's always good to have something handy, so anyway, that's that. What else? What else? Oh yeah, when we arrived at the airport here in the Philippines, they check everything as well. COVID test, QR code, valid passports, and I was kind of lucky though, because the process got so fast on our behalf, because I'm Filipino, and it's quite obvious, when the Filipino sees a co-Filipino, they know that you're Filipino. And then I started talking to them, and they were like, "Oh no, she speaks English." And I goes, No, I speak Tagalog." So anywho, I started talking to them, and they were like hesitated to approach me, and I said, no, I can speak Tagalog, even though it was kind of a broken Tagalog. I don't know, it's been a while since I spoke straight Tagalog to anyone. So it was a really challenging moment. So anywho, that's that. Filipinos are very, very skillful people, and they're very easy to approach to. You just have to make sure you know what to ask in a clear way, because if you talk to them in English and you're speaking a little too fast, it might be hard for them to understand you. So just be mindful. They know how to speak English, they understand English. You just have to be mindful on their vocabulary. I'm still learning though. My vocabulary is really bad, but anyhow, hope you understand. So that's that. When we got in the airport, so it was kind of easy for us, because my co-Filipinos saw me and they were like, "Oh, you're Balikbayan. Okay, come over here. How many of you are you guys?" So they directed us to a certain location where we can start our process right away. And since I had my US passport, they were like, oh no, you still have to file certain paperwork because you have a US passport. So we did that. And then we went to the front with our forms filled up. It was basically about health, you know, health access and all of that for COVID situation, COVID issue. But anyway, they help us out, and then they look at the forms and they were like, oh no, you're balikbayan, you don't need this. So anyway, that was kind of fun. At least after all the hassle, we found out we don't really need it. So anyway, we get in and everything is all good, and we get our passports stamped, and we're good for 1 year stay in the Philippines. Yay! So we can explore more. So yeah, our next visit will be Calbayog, and we're planning on visiting Palawan, planning on visiting Berry Island. Hey, Berry Island folks, we'll see you soon. I don't know when yet. Excuse me. I don't know when yet, but we'll come over soon. We'll visit Berry Island and Palawan. And also we're planning on visiting El Nido, so hope you guys watch out for those videos if we happen to visit those places. Anywho, one thing that I want to share to you guys is that the network here in the Philippines is really bad. Cell phone, we're using Smart right now. So basically you buy a SIM chip and you get a load, they call it load here. Basically it's your data and your minutes talk and text, and we paid for the whole month, and it's not even a month yet, it's not even a full month yet since we bought it, and we don't have any connection. So it's really hard. We've been suffering from not having connectivity for at least 4 days now, and we thought we paid for a whole month for data and for Smart, and here we are suffering. We get no connectivity, couldn't do anything at all outside our cabin here. So anywho, that's that. So make sure you search out for a better service. I believe we might switch to Globe or TNT, whichever is the best, but we're gonna go settle first and see if we can find another service that would work for us. But anyway, that's that. One more thing, let's see, bus rides, trike rides, motorcycle rides, taxi rides. They have now certain apps that they're using here in the Philippines called Grab Taxi. So if you install that app, you can access through taxi, order for taxi ride anytime you want. So that's that. What else? That's actually in Manila region. In my province where I'm at right now, I don't know if they have an app yet, but most people here just kind of like, you know, go wave your hand, I need a ride, and then pretty soon somebody will pull over and pick it up. Anyhow, that's that. The fare, it's quite different. Bus fare, when we travel from Manila to the province to here, we paid 16,000 pesos per person. So that's a pretty good deal. That actually includes the ferry boat to go across the water to the next town before this town. But then they will collect for terminal fees when you arrived at the ferry boat station. They'll collect terminal fees and certain miscellaneous, which probably cost us 50 pesos per person, so it wasn't so bad. Anyway, so that's that. What else? Trikes. If you are gonna be in a certain provinces like this, mostly in this area where I'm at, Bubon area or Catarman area, trikes are basically 20 pesos per person in a short distance, and if it's a longer distance, it'll be like 50 pesos. What else? If you are in a rush, you can definitely just pay the whole ride by yourself, and It'll cost you at least 150 to 200 pesos, you know, for the whole trike. And then they'll take you to where you want to go. What else? Food. Quite affordable. We bought a whole meal. One time I ordered a whole meal with drinks for only 450 pesos, and I had rice, I had meat, I had a small dessert, and what else? I don't know what else, but it was a big meal for only 450 pesos, and it was actually good for 3 people. So that's that. And that's it, you know, that's if you go dine in a certain, you know, fancier restaurant. Now if you don't mind going through the street food, you're only going to be paying at least 75% less than, you know, the price in the restaurants. So I don't mind at all going through street food. Hey, I was from here, so I don't care. I want to enjoy that moment where, you know, you can eat outside, order food outside and eat and walk around while you have your food in your hand. But, you know, that's that. Barbecue and all of that, sometimes they're only like, if you buy street food for barbecue, it'll only cost you like 5 pesos to 10 pesos each. So that's, I don't know, a penny in dollar and US dollar money. But anyhow, so that's that. What else? Water. Don't if you are not used to it to drink their water here, it shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't cause you any problem. But if you have any if you are very sensitive on drinking water, I would definitely buy a water bottle, or a big one. Hopefully they call it here mineral water. If they won't say it's a mineral water, that means that water is from the pump that they have. People here use this pump to pump the water out, a manual pump. So if you want to do that, you can definitely, you know, buy mineral water. They don't cost that much. So if you're scared to get stomachache from drinking water from the pump, then definitely buy a mineral water. People here are used to it. I was used to it. One time I drank water from the pump, and I came back to our cabin, and I had a little bit of stomachache. It wasn't so bad. I got over it, and then I drank again the following day, and I felt nothing. So I feel like, oh, okay, I'm getting the hang of it again. So yeah, that's the what else? Brownouts. There's always brownouts here. Brownouts means power shortage. So mostly on the weekend, that's when it happens. There will be like a lot of power shortage, and it will take at least hours before the power goes back on. So make sure, if you want to stay longer in the Philippines, I would provide a generator, you know, just to make sure you have your electricity going on while the power and the whole town is out. So if you want to do that, that's an option for you. What else? What else am I gonna say? People. Like what I said earlier, they are very approachable people. They can speak English, even though it's a broken English. They will try to talk to you in English. So don't hesitate to approach Filipinos, because they can speak English back to you. It will be a broken English, but at least you will get the idea what they were trying to say, or what they were trying to, you know, what they were trying to talk about. So yeah, don't feel hesitated. They're very approachable people. What else? You might not hear them say thank you or please most of the times, and it's because it's not very common for them to say that. But if they speak to you in Tagalog, they will be saying those in Tagalog version politely. For some reason, when they're trying to speak in English, they don't really say please and thank you. But it's pretty normal. It doesn't mean that they're being rude to you. it's just, you know, it's just that's the Filipino way. You will see a lot of people talking, yelling out loud to each other. It doesn't mean that they're fighting. They're not fighting, they're just loud people. Filipino people are loud, but it doesn't mean that they're mad. It doesn't mean that they're angry at each other. Now, if you see somebody with a shovel or with a knife in their hand and yelling at each other, then just run away. It barely happens though. But anyhow, people are just loud, just like me. I'm always loud. People, my fellow coworkers were like, "Lorna, you're so loud. What are you talking about? Why are you yelling? Why are you so mad?" And he goes, "No, this is how I talk." So yeah, they got used to it now. Back then, when I was in US, working in US, they got used to it, and their first impression was that I was mad. I was always mad or mean. But that's not the truth, because that's just how I speak. That's just how I don't know, present myself as a person, I guess. But anywho, I'm not mad at all. I'm not angry when I speak or talk to anyone. But anywho, that's that. I'm all sweaty right now. But what else? When you do a reservation online, it's one of the best way, because here in the Philippines, businesses or people often change their SIM card because they don't have, you know, the 2-year plan, 1-year plan where you can keep your the same number like forever, like what we do in the US. But here, people would buy SIM card every time that certain SIM card has no more data or load. They call it load. So don't be surprised if their phone number online on the website of their business website is not working. So what I recommend is that go to certain booking engines such as booking.com, you know, priceline.com, kayak.com, all of that. Use those engines until you arrive in the Philippines, and then you can personally talk to anyone with businesses if you want business with them. So you can personally talk to them instead and get their personal numbers and go from there. That's an easy way for you. So yeah. Anywho, what else? What else? Oh yeah. Walking in the evening is safe in the Philippines. We went for a walk at night and it was so dark and there were people like yelling at each other, and I got scared. I goes, "Oh wait a minute, I'm Filipino, I shouldn't be scared. That's just how Filipino talk." So yeah, you just have to be careful at least. Still be careful though, just in case. But yeah, we've been walking at night for quite some time now and nothing happened, so I guess that's a good thing. What else? I couldn't think of anything else, but I will catch up with those things that I wanted to tell you guys or inform you about in some other days. I don't want to make this video a lot too long than I supposed to, but anywho, I just want to appreciate your time on listening to me today, watching my sweaty face today or tonight. So I will I promise I will post more about, you know, certain details that I would like you to know. In that way, if you guys wanted to travel to the Philippines, you'll be more prepared, be more willing to go forward because you know what to do. Okay, all right, this is it for now. I just appreciate everybody's support. I am so thankful and grateful. I got so many subscribers and I thank you all so very much. Tell me though, if you started getting bored with my videos, let me know. If you have any suggestions, please let me know to get my vlog a lot better. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much to you all. You have a good night. Bye bye. Alright, here's Kuya Rick and my brother Andy. They're best buddies. Okay, they gave us a ride this morning to go to Calbayog. Alright, salamat! Okay, here's the bus. We get our bus to Calbayog. I'm gonna put my bag inside real quick. Oh, yeah, this goes to Tacloban too. Huh? Okay, ingat, ingat. Bye. Ingat. Bye.